Picture this Eden Gardens bathed in floodlights tomorrow evening. 60,000 fans absolutely buzzing for the first ball of the new IPL season.
Yeah, can you imagine that atmosphere?
It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. And it doesn't get much bigger than this for an opening match, does it? The Kolkata Knight Riders are defending champions taking on the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, who are, well, let's be honest, they're desperate to finally get their hands on that trophy.
Absolutely desperate. And they've got a new skipper this year, Rajat Patidar, who will be looking to make his mark. But it's not going to be easy against a team like KKR. I mean, they've got the experience, the winning mentality, and let's not forget that head-to-head record. 20 wins for Kolkata against 14 for Bengaluru. That's got to play on their minds a bit.
History certainly favorites Kolkata. But as we all know, anything could happen in T20 cricket. One brilliant innings, one inspired spell of bowling, and the whole game can turn on its head.
Exactly right. And that's why we're not just focusing on the teams as a whole for this deep dive. We're going deeper, looking at those individual battles that could be absolutely crucial in deciding this match, the kind of duels that can swing the momentum one way or the other.
Exactly. We've identified 5 key matchups, and we're going to break them down, analyze the tactics, the strengths, the weaknesses, you name it. So if you want to be ahead of the game, if you want to really understand the nuances of this clash, then stick with us.
We'll give you those insights that'll make us sound like a seasoned IPL analyst. You'll be able to impress your friends with your knowledge, that's for sure.
All right, let's get down to business then. Our first matchup is a classic, isn't it? Sunil Narine of KKR versus Virat Kohli of RCB, the master of spin against the run machine.
Oh, talk about a clash of styles. Narine, he's been one of the most economical bowlers in IPL history. Just bowls those flat, quick deliveries that are so difficult to score off.
He ties batsmen in knots, doesn't he? Makes them second-guess every shot. But he's more than just a bowler these days, right? Last season, he scored 488 runs and took 17 wickets. That's an incredible all-around contribution.
Yeah, his batting has come on leaps and bounds. He can clear the ropes with ease, and those big hits, they can change the game in an instant. But he's still got that clever bowling brain, picking up crucial wickets. Especially against a player like Kohli, you need to have more than one weapon in your arsenal.
And speaking of Kohli, well, he's a legend of the IPL, isn't he? Leading run scorer of all time. But even legends have their off days, and Kohli's been a little inconsistent lately. Still capable of those match-winning knocks, but he's also been getting out cheaply more often than he'd like.
Yeah, he's definitely not as invincible as he once seemed. And interestingly, when you look at his record against Narine, it's not quite as dominant. Narine's actually dismissed him 4 times in 16 IPL meetings.
That's a pretty significant stat, and it gets even more interesting when you delve a little deeper. Kohli's strike rate against Narine is only about 107, which is well below his usual standards. He's only managed 10 fours and 2 sixes against him as well. So it seems like Narine has a bit of a hold over him.
He definitely seems to have a knack for keeping Kohli quiet. Whether it's the type of deliveries he bowls or just some subtle weakness he's managed to exploit, Narine's definitely a challenge that Kohli needs to overcome.
So what's the tactical significance of this matchup then?
Well, if Kohli gets going, if he gets one of those big scores, it sets RCB up beautifully. But if Narine can get him out early, it's a massive boost for KKR and puts RCB on the back foot straight away. It could be a real psychological blow for them.
It sets the tone for the whole innings, really, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's all about who wins that initial battle, who gains that psychological edge, and it'll be fascinating to see who comes out on top this time around.
Our next key battle takes us to the middle overs. We've got Rajat Patidar, RCB's new captain, up against Varun Chakravarthi, KKR's mystery spinner.
Ah, this is an intriguing one. Patidar had a really impressive season last year, didn't he? 395 runs in 13 innings, including some crucial knocks when RCB needed him most. Showed a lot of maturity and temperament.
He did, but this time around, he's got the added responsibility of captaincy. How do you think that'll affect his performance? Will it bring the best out of him or weigh him down?
It's a tough one to call. Some players thrive under the pressure of captaincy, while others struggle to balance their own game with the demands of leadership. It'll be interesting to see which way Patidar goes.
And he's up against Chakravarthi, who's a real handful for any batsman. 21 wickets in 14 games last season, and he's been in phenomenal form recently as well. He took 1, 2, then 2 again, then 5, and then 3 wickets in his last 5 matches. That's pretty remarkable consistency.
He's a tough cookie to crack, that's for sure. The thing with Chakravarthi is that he's so unpredictable. His bowling action, the way he disguises his deliveries, it makes it incredibly difficult for batsmen to pick him.
He's got them guessing all the time, doesn't he? And with Patidar being more of a classical, technically sound batsman, it's going to be a fascinating contrast of styles.
It really is. Patidar will need to be at his absolute best to decipher Chakravarthi's variations and score runs against him. And if Chakravarthi can dismiss Patidar early, it could be a big setback for RCB, both in terms of runs on the board and in terms of their new captain's confidence.
So another high-stakes battle then.
Absolutely. This is a contest that could easily swing the momentum of the match. If Patidar can hold his own against Chakravarti and score freely, it'll give RCB a solid platform. But if Chakravarti gets on top early, it could put KKR in the driver's seat.
All right, let's shift our focus to the power play now, those crucial early overs where the tone for the innings is often set. We've got Quinton de Kock of KKR going up against Bhuvneshwar Kumar of RCB. Two experienced campaigners, both capable of making a real impact.
Yeah, this should be a fiery contest. De Kock is an explosive batsman, loves to take the attack to the bowlers, and he's got a good record against RCB as well, 452 runs in 12 matches, including a century.
He seems to enjoy batting against them, doesn't he? But like Kohli, he's had his ups and downs lately in terms of form.
That's right. He can be a bit streaky at times, capable of both breathtaking innings and quiet dismissals. And facing someone like Bhuvneshwar early on won't be easy. He might be in the twilight of his career, but when that ball is swinging, Bhuvneshwar is still a real threat.
He is. 11 wickets in 16 games last season, and he's always got that ability to pick up early wickets, especially when the conditions are in his favor. And if there's any movement in the air, de Kock will have to be very wary.
Yeah, Bhuvneshwar's experience and his ability to swing the ball both ways make him a dangerous proposition for any batsman, especially in the power play. He'll be looking to exploit any nerves from de Kock and get RCB off to a great start.
So what's the key to this matchup then?
I think it comes down to who can assert their dominance early on. If de Kock gets going and starts smashing those boundaries, it'll put KKR in a commanding position. But if Bhuvneshwar can get him out early, particularly with that late swing he's known for, it could really peg KKR back and give RCB the upper hand.
Right, it's going to be a fascinating battle, that's for sure. Now, let's talk about the man who can single-handedly win matches for KKR. Andre Russell. They call him the muscle man for a reason. This guy can hit the ball a mile. And RCB will be very aware of the damage he can inflict.
They definitely will be. Russell's got a phenomenal record against them. He just seems to relish playing against RCB.
222 runs and 19 wickets in 14 games last season. But the stat that really jumps out is the number of sixes he's hit against them, 35. That's the most by any KKR batsman against RCB. He's their go-to man when they need to up the run rate.
Yeah, and when he gets going, there's no stopping him. He can clear the roughs with such ease, and those big sixes can really demoralize the opposition. But he can be a bit inconsistent, which makes it even more important for RCB to have a plan for him.
They need to find a way to keep him quiet, don't they? What kind of tactics do you think they might employ?
I think they'll try to bowl a lot of slower balls to him, maybe some wide Yorkers to try to keep him off strike. They definitely won't want to bowl anything full and straight because that's just asking for trouble.
It's almost like they need to have a dedicated plan for him, a whole separate strategy just to deal with Andre Russell.
Yeah, he's that much of a game changer, and if they can't keep him under wraps, he could easily win the match for KKR single-handedly. So it'll be really interesting to see how RCB approach this challenge.
Finally, we have a matchup with a bit of an extra edge to it. It's Phil Salt, now playing for RCB, facing off against his former team, KKR. And that means he'll be coming up against Sunil Narine and Varun Chakrabarthi, two bowlers he knows very well from his time at Kolkata.
Yeah, you can bet he'll be up for this one. Nothing quite like proving a point against your old team is there. And Salt had a really good season for KKR last year, 435 runs in 12 games. He's a dangerous batsman at the top of the order, can really get RCB off to a flyer.
He can. But here's the thing. Narine and Chakravarthi, they've bowled to him countless times in the nets. They know his strengths. They know his weaknesses. They've got that inside knowledge that could give them a real advantage.
It could do, but on the flip side, Salt's also been facing them in the net, so he'll have a pretty good idea of what they're going to try to do to him. It'll be a real battle of wits trying to outguess each other.
So it's not just about skill. It's about tactics and mind games as well. Who can anticipate the other's moves? Who can adapt better on the day?
Absolutely, and I think there's a psychological element to it as well. Will Salt be tempted to be overly aggressive against his old teammates? Will Narine and Chakravarthi try something different to surprise him? It'll be fascinating to watch unfold.
It will be. So there you have it. 5 key player battles that we think could have a major bearing on the outcome of this opening IPL clash between KKR and RCB. From Narine versus Kohli to Salt versus his former teammates, it promises to be a night of thrilling contests.
Absolutely, and it's these individual duels within the larger game that often make T20 cricket so unpredictable and so exciting. You just never know who's going to step up and deliver that match-winning performance.
So as you watch the game tomorrow, keep an eye on these key matchups. See how they develop, how they influence the momentum of the match. It'll give you a whole new level of appreciation for the tactical side of the game. And here's a thought for you. Which of these 5 battles do you think will be the most decisive? Let us know your predictions, and we'll see who gets it right. Until then, enjoy the match.